of Fame is a pinball arcade slash museum, strictly for charity. So it's literally free parking and free admission. When you walk in, if you just look around at all the artwork and leave, it was a free museum to you. If you decide to stay and play the games, it's anywhere from 1 to 4 quarters to play, and you know that money goes to charity. Oh, we have probably 400 plus pinball machines. Of course, they're not all up and running yet. We're still getting them all out of the shed and gone through. And then we have about 100 or so video arcade games, and then some really random driving games and some obscure basketball, baseball, football kind of games. Tim Arnold started as a young child, as a teenager, collecting pinball machines and actually making his living off of the pinball machines. By the time he retired at the ripe old age of 35, he turned this into charity. For the first decade, you actually brought a bag full of canned goods and you could play for free. He never dreamt it would really take off. Well, fast forward another 30 years and here we are in our final location here on the Strip in Las Vegas. Since we're all for charity, the owner hasn't taken a pay in this entire time. Most of us are volunteers. So we do this literally out of the love for the game and wanting to be able to help the different people. Moving to the Strip was kind of a no-brainer because we just kind of fell into this property, and the way he parlayed everything, he was just so intelligent that he made his money work for him. So now that we're here on the Strip, we're actually crunching numbers. That means by the time we pay off this last million, we'll be able to start giving away literally millions of dollars a year to different charities. So we're hoping that you guys will be able to step up and pick the charities that you want your monies to go to. It's a tremendous amount of work, but to watch the smiles on people's faces and to watch these teenagers actually put their cell phones away and get into different machines with their families, to me it's worth every drop of work we put into it. My favorite part, I guess, about the atmosphere would be there's no doctors, there's no lawyers, there's no janitors. You walk through these doors, you're all a pinhead. Each and every one of us have that same love for the game. I totally focus. When I do, my specialty is literally shopping them out. Means I'm gonna strip it down. There's not gonna be a single thing on that playfield. And when I get like that, it's blinders on for sure. And it's just like, you can't wait to hear that bell or whistle. Make it pop, make it snappy, make it happy. It's an incredible feeling, but I love a good puzzle. And to me, this is a gigundous puzzle. To watch a parent or a grandparent, watch their eyes light up as they remember going to be at the arcades and next to this game or that game, or this is where they spent most of their youth, or this is where they kissed their first girlfriend. You know, it's amazing to watch those memories come back to life. Perfect example, a young man just yesterday, probably 17, 18, he wanted no part of playing pinball till he watched his grandfather. About the 3rd or 4th game in, he couldn't wait to get in it with him. And then the two of them played like there was no tomorrow. Pinball's arguably started in 1931. By 1933, they had made the small jigsaw machine that you saw when you first walked in the door. That was put into the World's Fair, and they put them on legs. It used to just be the small tabletop. Once they put them on legs, they put them out to see how it would be received by the public before they actually put them into full-blown production. The line was tremendous. The only thing that was wrong with the machine, they had too many coins in it. They couldn't keep it working. So shake the coins out of the way and it continued to play. So at that point, they started popping up in every five and dime, in every restaurant. And by 1936, that's when the government said no. They launched a campaign and called it a waste of your dime and a waste of your time. The importance is it's a huge part of history that people don't realize. Pinballs were illegal from 1936 to 1968, which means any machine that was made in that era was literally subject to confiscation and destruction. Yeah, it was actually considered a form of gambling. The very first pinball machines are the really small ones. They were copied after a bagatelle game. So they had put them into bars, and it was literally a gambling device. If you won the game of chance, you won a beer, a shot, or cigar. So fast forwarding, putting yourself in the era, it's pre-World War II, right after the Great Depression, and they had just legalized alcohol. So now they went after the gangsters because it was their concept. By doing so, they went after their machines versus the person themselves. So the fact that they are still here and up and running is amazing. They were meant to be ran for about 5 to 10 years, and they kind of figured they'd be disposable. So for us to be able to keep these relays going and to be able to show kids the difference between the relay switches and the boards that run them now, it's awesome to see the difference. Oh, it just takes a lot of patience. It really does. The kids that you see tossing these machines around right now, they're our interns. So the one gentleman, he's in college for electronics. The other one is going to be an electrical engineer. So for them to go back to the basics and actually see how it starts is amazing. Stern is probably the biggest. When it comes to putting out new machines every year, like Godzilla is probably the newest one that we have in-house. Rush, I think, is the next one coming out. Then there's American Pinball, there's Spooky Pinball. There's quite a few little places now. Jersey Jack, they're putting out numerous games, like we have The Wizard of Oz and The Hobbit, but they have other games as well. It's a whole different world. When you walk in here again, there are no doctors or lawyers. Everybody's just got that same love for those bells and whistles. So it just makes us smile whether we like it or not.